most of the time people just go off of, okay, I closed 7 deals this month and I spent X number of dollars on marketing. Great. Okay. But none of those marketing dollars actually went towards these 7 deals you closed this month. And so being able to, over time, be able to see back where those trends are, not just when you're closing, is very valuable and can save you a lot of money, make you a lot more efficient.
Some of the CRMs over the past couple of years have created some reporting dashboards. Like Podio notoriously does not have great reporting inside of it, right? Certainly like visual type stuff. And a lot of us are visually driven. But just being able to know, like a lot of our systems have the data in there, but it's just the reporting is lacking in terms of being able to make quick decisions on seeing what exactly is going on or what the trends are, or things like that, without exporting stuff to Excel or some other system, and just kind of real-time reporting. Like, talk about how that's evolved over the past,
Most systems have their default reports. This is what you can see. This is what KPI you can track. Systems are starting to evolve now, and you see this in Salesforce, where you can create your own reports based on whatever metrics you want. It could be leads received in this time frame by campaign or whatnot, and being able to adjust those so they actually apply to your company is really where the reporting industry is going to now, opposed to, I'm the software developer, this is the report you should have, these are the metrics that you need, that were popular 10 years ago or 5 years ago. People being able to operate their business differently. There's people who are wholesalers and they don't do rentals, they don't flip, they don't do anything else. That's fine, but they have a different focus on their metrics than a flipper, a landlord, somebody who does all of it. They all look at different things. And then when you're looking at a team, you really need to focus in on the people or the groups and be able to see what is important for you. A company that does a lot of cold calling needs to have that readily available. And then being able to sync the data from the cold calling software, CRM, and actually extract and put those together. That's where stuff really becomes difficult. But again, bringing stuff together into one system makes it a lot easier, so you can see all that information together.
Yeah. Even and on the marketing side too, being able to see like what's your ROI on specific marketing channels. I think most people at best are looking at it across the whole business, and it's like there's a lot of noise inside there if you put all your channels together. And people would make very different decisions if they knew what their return on ad spend was for one channel versus another, or even how different salespeople on your team are performing against one another, right? It's easiest, I guess, to look at it as a whole, but there's clearly usually a lot of noise inside of there, right?
And there's a time to look at it as a whole, but there's also a time to drill down and see a little bit more detail. Yeah. Something that I've always wondered is somebody gets the mail piece. There are ways if you get down to changing your phone numbers very, very often, but it's hard to know when they actually received that postcard. If you change your phone number every month, that could conceivably give you that ability, but not trying to go into that far of
that creates a lot of
realm. Yeah. When you get into web leads or any other kind of inbound or outbound, it's important to know when that lead was actually received or generated and how much you spent at that time. Because most of the time people just go off of, okay, I closed 7 deals this month and I spent X number of dollars on marketing. Great. Okay, but none of those marketing dollars actually went towards these 7 deals you closed this month. And so being able to, over time, be able to see back where those trends are, not just when you're closing, is very valuable and can save you a lot of money, make you a lot more efficient.
Yeah. And another example of that is sometimes people try a channel and then they cut it off too soon and then they start to get deals from it, but they've already canceled it, right? It's like, well, that kind of cash conversion cycle on that advertising, maybe it's 6 months. And who cares if it's still a great return, right? But you need to be able to see over time, like, hey, I made an investment. It's like farming, right? Like I made an investment way back when, and I didn't harvest that until here. And a lot of real estate investors are so short-sighted. They're just like, I tried this, thing and it didn't work. And so I just stopped it. And it's like, well, did you give it enough time for it to actually work, right?